Hey folks, I'm here with my week 3 update. I had my posterior lumbar interbody fusion 3 weeks ago today. It is hard to believe how quickly those days and weeks have reeled off. But just wanted to come here and give you a little bit of encouragement if you are thinking about having this surgery, or perhaps you've had it and you're just a little bit behind me in your recovery process. Just wanted to make these videos to help you maybe be able to anticipate what to expect, or if you just need a little bit of encouragement, I hope to provide that. So if you're wondering about why I chose to have this surgery, I would encourage you to go back and look at the previous videos. But if you've looked at those previous videos and you're here just to find out what my experience has been in these first 3 weeks, let me just share a little bit about what's going on as of late. So as I mentioned in the last video, I had just gotten back from a 1-mile walk. I've had a couple more mile walks since then, and they felt great. I've done really well. I would love to be walking a mile every day, but life is crazy and it's hard. We live out in the boondocks, so it's hard to get to a level place that is safe for that. And so that sort of leads me to another update is 3 weeks in and I'm still not driving, or else I would just drive myself to these places to walk. But I probably could be driving by this point, but my wife, who has been my nurse, my faithful nurse and companion over these last 3 weeks, she is wanting me to wait just a little bit longer. And I'm not going to argue that. Better safe than sorry. And again, I think I would be fine too. But if called on to like stand up on the brake, if I needed to avoid an accident or whatever, that might jar the back a little bit. So again, we're just playing it safe. The surgeon didn't tell me that I needed to refrain from driving for any length of time other than not driving while I was on pain medication. So that leads to yet another update is I've been off pain meds now for about a week. I think this past Tuesday, maybe it's not been a week, maybe it was this past Monday or Tuesday, I took my last one. So I can't remember, but it's been a number of days that I've not been on any pain meds. It could be over a week for all I know. I've not been really paying much attention to that because I haven't been in pain. So praise the Lord. I mean, I'm just so thankful that I've not needed pain medication. So it could be that in my last update a week ago, I said I've been off pain meds, and maybe that's the case. Maybe it's been well over a week now. I can't remember, but the important thing is I'm not taking pain meds. I still at night, right before bed, I will take a muscle relaxer along with medication that my doctor's office prescribed to help me sleep. So I'm sleeping really well, full time in the bed now, no longer starting off in the recliner and going to the bed. So full time in the bed, and my wife tells me that I'm actually flipping from back to stomach and stomach to back during the night, and I don't know that. So it must mean I'm sleeping through those transitions pain-free. And my surgeon told me that it would be all right to sleep on my stomach. He was not worried about that at all. So it's a little bit disconcerting to me that when she told me one morning that I had been going from back to stomach and stomach to back, I was a little concerned, but I guess, if I'm not hurting from that, then things are all right. So one other thing that I will say in this update is I've caught myself a couple of times reacting just out of instinct in a way that could probably hurt hurt me and hurt the healing process if I didn't catch myself. So I will drop something, and the natural response is just to reach out and grab it. So I'm trying to not jerk or do anything abrupt that would cause my healing process to derail. So that's really hard to do. The other night at bedtime, we were crating our dogs, and I bent over before I even thought about it to crate one of our dogs, and it didn't hurt at all. But the second I did it, I was like, oh my goodness, I've got to be careful. My surgeon said that he's not concerned about me bending over a couple of times during the day to pick up socks or whatever, but just not doing it over and over and over during the day. So, I have his blessing to bend over and crate the dogs, but my point is I did it so quickly without even thinking about it that it sort of startled me. One other thing that I'll mention, and this sort of plays into what I just mentioned about bending over quickly and doing things, just out of instinct, responding quickly without thinking about it. My surgeon said, it's not the first few weeks that he would be concerned about me or any of his other patients. It's weeks, 3, 4, 5, and 6, where you feel better, you feel like things are good and you're good, and you end up doing stupid things, right? By lifting something that you shouldn't, or twisting more times than you should, or bending over more times than you should. So I just want to encourage you that if you are starting to feel better, just remember what your surgeon says about limiting those actions that can hurt your back and that can derail your healing. You are going to feel better. And I mean, it's an amazing thing. So you just have to continue to be careful. I feel like here, week 3, this is Thursday, so maybe Tuesday, I feel like I turned a corner where I had been feeling good. I feel like that feeling good this past Tuesday, a couple of days ago, became feeling really good. And so, if you do start to feel really good in your recovery, just continue to take it slow. Again, my surgeon said for the first 3 months. I think it's just, that's probably going to be the tricky thing, is just taking it slow, and obeying the doctor, listening to your medical professional. So, I know I've said one more thing several times, but one more thing, and this will be it. I went with my sons to see a movie this past week. So sat in a theater for 2 or 3 hours, and it didn't bother me at all. So it was good to get out and about. I was able to return to church this last Sunday. Even though I'm a pastor, as I mentioned in a previous video, I attended as a congregant. So I didn't have any part in the service. I was just there to worship with my church, and so I was able to go back to church last night, Wednesday night as well, for our midweek gathering, our midweek fellowship. So life is somewhat returning to normal. Just again, want to encourage you, if you are thinking about the surgery or if you've already had it, just know that there's at least one person in the world who has had this surgery, and by God's grace is doing really well. And I'm so thankful I had this surgery. So if you haven't had the surgery, find a doctor that you're comfortable with. Spend a lot of time asking good questions. Reach out to me if you're curious about what questions I asked. And I feel like, although we asked a bunch of questions, there are probably still other good questions that could have been asked. So maybe in the comments, put down some questions that you've asked if you've had the surgery. Maybe that would be a help to others who are looking to have the surgery. So hope to see you next week for the 1 month update. And until then, take care.